Hello, hello, hello. I hope you can hear me. Hello, everybody. I think you can hear me. Hello, it's Jill Flowers. Hello, it's Jill Flowers. And who am I? I am your spiritual life coach and soul activist. I am healing your limiting beliefs and bringing you transformational coaching using metaphysics, using subconscious mind science, um, using guided imagery to support you in the highest vision that you have for your life. Working primarily with Black women, but also our allies, and I just wanted to leave a little, hopefully this is quick. I'm going to time myself and because I don't want it to be too long, so I'm going to time myself here. I want to speak to you about what I am doing for the fall and going into the winter. Over the next few months, I am offering a sliding scale model that I'm just going to call it Pay What You Can. Pay what you can. A lot of you, and I'm saying a lot of you because I am sending this to the people who are familiar with me in my Facebook group and in my on my email list, right? So you are my community. I am your community, and you should already be a little bit familiar with me. And I'm letting you know people who I have spoken to. For those of you who I've spoken to and you thought, okay, I want to do this, but I can't do it right now. For those of you who got really nervous about the possibilities of transformation and how painful it could possibly be, and said, you know what, I'm actually not going to show up for that session. I'm actually not going to show up for that phone call. Um, I am offering this to you because I believe that what I am doing is important. I believe that what I am offering is real transformation. It really is healing, and not because it's me. I'm not bragging, but I also cannot afford, and I'm taking this from somebody else that I've read. I cannot afford to play small any longer around the gifts that I have to offer, okay? And so I am making working with me accessible to those of you who want a coach, those of you who want a mentor around getting what you want. And I'm setting us up for this fall. Really, this is a setup for 2019. Okay, this is the setup for 2019. I am offering Pay What You Can, a sliding scale model that will have a higher tier and a lower tier. You and I will have to talk. You and I will have to have a conversation. We will have to see if this is right for us to be in this relationship. There is no real commitment, although I am going to highly recommend that you do at least 3 sessions with me. Um, we want to keep the momentum going. So I am going to recommend that you work with me once a week, right? So once a week, your 3 sessions should be back to back. Your 4 sessions or your 5 sessions, it should be back to back. But this is a pay what you can model. If you decide you do not want to continue, then you don't have to continue. I am not so deep in the game that I am going to be insulted if you go, this is not for me. Okay, so I am not committed on that level. I am committed to your healing, but if that means your healing has to happen in a different container with a different person, or maybe your healing has to happen through your own self experiences, then I am more committed to that than I am to you working with me personally. Um, so I have decided to do this sliding scale model because I've actually been thinking about it, and I guess I've been thinking about it for over a year, maybe. I've been thinking about it for a while, and time check. I've been thinking about it for a while, and you know, when you Google something and you Google articles and then you realize that you've already clicked on that article, you've already read it, and you're like, oh, I already know this information. Well, that's what happened. I just kept looking at sliding scale models, and I was apprehensive because I've had so much business coaching, and I don't remember anybody ever really bringing up sliding scale. And I know that my business coaches that I have had in the last few years, they would fully support me in whatever it is that I want to do. The whole idea is being able to boldly step into your truth and ask for what you know that you are worth. Um, but there has been this desire to look at the sliding scale model really closely. And I came across this article by Amber Westfall of Ottawa. She has a website called The Wild Garden. And if anybody is into herbs and organically wild grown flower information, that's what she does. Is I'm not sure what exactly her title is, but I know that she does like a monthly herb box that you can invest in. She actually like picks the wildly grown flowers and creates essential oils and body scrubs and all kinds of things from her herbal garden. And I came across her article on why she chose a sliding scale model, and I've followed it because she also came back and was like, what are the pros and cons of a sliding scale model? And it so spoke to my soul. Like it so spoke to me. It really moved me. And I was like, yes, 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 yes. This is what I want to do. I want to make what I'm doing accessible to those of you who want to work with me. For those of you who are like, I really feel like I need a coach, but it's $10,000 and I need to make the $10,000 first. And I understand, and this is for the coaches who may be watching this, that there is something to get from going out and having your potential clients get the money, holding them to this very high standard and having them go and get the money by whatever means they need to go and get the money. But I also understand that our belief system, what we believe, will drive us more than anything else. And if we can smash those beliefs around scarcity, especially for women of color, especially for people who are still calling, if you're still calling yourself a minority, you know, if you're still using that sentence as a woman and saying, you know, we are the minority, if you're still saying that, then you should have a conversation with me. Like we need to have a session, and we need to reprogram not just your thinking, but your speaking and your feeling and your perspective. It is all around subconscious programming. That's my heat coming on. Praise all the saints. That's my heat is coming on. It's it's cold. I'm in New York. It's cold today. That's my heat coming on. If you hear that, I don't know if you hear that. Anyway, I'm not going to, I sound like I'm preaching. I don't want to be preachy. I don't want to be preachy. What I want to do is say, hey, I'm offering a pay what you can model for this fall, a sliding scale model that hopefully you will take advantage of. Hopefully you will send me an email and we will set up a time for us to talk.